do it live. We'll do it live.
That's always the comment. Anyway, so anyway, so I'm like, fine, we'll just stop by this little convenience store and I'll just go in, I'll buy something real quick, get some cash out. It'll be fine. I go in, I'm trying to find something. Of course, everything's so expensive. A candy bar is $3 now. And I'm just like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll just grab a bag of like pretzel chips. That'll be fine. So I grab it, go over there, I go to pay, and I'm like, where's the option that I can get cash back? And she goes, oh, we don't do that here. There's an ATM over there. And I'm just like, so I just bought this bag of pretzel chips just so I could get cash out for you to tell me y'all don't do that. I almost lost my shit.
I would have said cancel the order. Well, fuck it. I'm not buying these and I'm out.
I took them. I went over. I got the cash out. Gave Alex the cash. Dropped them off. Went to work. I'm already pissed. I'm already just like, it's already not been a good day. And just little things just kept happening. And I'm just like, I just want to go home. At this point, I'm done with fuck Wednesday.
Yep.
I just want to go home, get in bed, and we'll start off again tomorrow. Like today's just a wash. That was my day. So it got better as the day went on.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
What's the movie called? Is it Richard? No, not Dreyfuss. Michael Douglas.
Falling Down.
Falling Down.
Oh my God, that's the one you were referencing.
I knew it. Somehow I knew that's what he was going for.
So Falling Down, if you haven't seen that movie, Eugene, you got to watch it.
Oh, I have. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah.
And if you want the quick version, Foo Fighters. They one of their videos. It's not Times Like These. Learning to Walk Again, maybe? Walk Again. I think it's that one. Anyway, I'll look it up. But yeah, Foo Fighters did a spoof on that movie.
Nice. But yeah, that was my crappy morning. So it's gotten better. I'm over it. It is what it is. It's just, but you know how it is. Sometimes when it's just like, it seems like everything just keeps happening. You're just like,
what I want to know,
can I not catch a break?
What I want to know, Eugene, is how can you have a bad day with a shirt like that?
I wasn't wearing this all day, unfortunately.
I was right. It's Walk. Walk by Foo Fighters. They spoof that movie and they do a really good job of it. To the point of like he's sitting in traffic and everybody's losing their shit all around him, and he's like just done, and he looks up and the little kid in front of him flips him off, and he's just like.
Yeah, that was a classic movie. Who was the cop? Oh man, my brain just crapped. Consigliere from Godfather.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Smells Like Victory, Napalm.
Yeah. Shit, what is it?
I can't remember.
I can't pull it either.
Damn it! One of the greatest actors to ever live, and I can't remember his name.
Falling Down, 1993. Michael Douglas, Robert Duvall.
Jeez, holy crap!
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
I haven't either.
That's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
He just like stumbles into all this stuff that.
Yep.
It's
a shitty fucking day.
Yep.
He's at McDonald's. I just want breakfast.
Yep.
I want a can of Coke, 50 cents. What the hell? What? And they're like trying to charge him like $1.50 per can of Coke in 93.
In 93, yeah.
Yeah. And there was something where they gave him like too much food. And he's like, I just want this. I want this. And they can just give me what I want.
I love when those guys try to rob him. And he's just like, at that point, he's just like, this isn't, you're not going to rob me.
No.
We're just not going to do that. Takes the baseball bat, beats the crap out of him. And that's a fun movie.
I need to go back and watch that again.
Yeah. There's one to watch with the boys.
Yeah.
Your dad was having a bad day. Here you go.
That's a movie for dads.
Yeah.
I think every generation of fathers could appreciate that movie.
At some point, yeah. Yeah, because they're on the trailer right now. Literally, it's pulling different scenes from the movie because it's playing here on IMDb, and it's literally the one where he goes to like the McDonald's place or whatever, and you can, it's silence right now, but you can see him looking down at his watch, and it literally says like 10:35.
Oh yeah, that's right.
5 minutes.
He wants his breakfast. That's all he wants.
They were real. They used at that time. They were real anal about that. Like at 10:30, they stopped. Like there wasn't no like we got to sell the rest of these sausage biscuits or whatever.
Nope.
There wasn't none of that.
So,
They just yeah. They would literally take the old sausage stuff and put it in the fridge. I know this because I worked at McDonald's in 1995. That was my first job. They would take the old stuff that didn't sell, put it in the fridge, and then the sausage that didn't sell would get turned into the burritos. They
Really?
They crumbled up the sausage and stuff, made and mixed it with the eggs and stuff, and that was the burritos.
that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that was the toppings on the pizza.
At McDonald's?
They had it up there.
Oh, they had pizza up in Canada?
Oh yeah, fucking right.
Yeah.
It was some of the best pizza we had.
Oh, what? What?
Dude, there is still a following. I believe it's Orlando, Florida. McDonald's still sells the McDonald's pizza.
There's one in Idaho or something like that still sells the McDLT. Like that is still a thing.
Ooh, who wants to take a road trip to Idaho?
I know, right? Like it's, you remember the commercials with Jason Alexander?
NLT.
Yep. Jason Alexander, man.
He had as much hair as he had a wig, but
yeah,
he
the commercials.
Jason Alexander did a thing where he talked about that commercial and how proud he was of it. And
really,
he's like, yeah, I love that. He's like, it was such a good time. They were looking for a high energy guy. And he was like, he tells the whole story about it. What? Show me that again real quick. Yeah. Well, hello, Kris.
Hi, Cy. Yeah, McDonald's pizza.
I can't believe
McDonald's
that.
pizza.
I've never heard of that.
So good.
So good. It didn't last for very long. It had a very short-lived life, but it was good.
But like,
what's up, Last Line? What you up to, man?
The last line.
Sorry about that. Logan needed to debrief about her last 24 hours that have not been great. And I still talk to her. When we're done, I have to call her back.
I see. Seems
yeah,
like
I didn't have a very good
day.
several hours either. So
yeah, she's fine. It's just school stuff. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
projects.
My day was fine.
Well, that's good.
Well, good for you.
Remember when it was 2016 and we were doing a show and I was talking about how all these celebrities had died and Alan Rickman had just died. And I said, man, this year's been really bad. And Eugene says, been all right for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I kind of remember that.
I do remember that now. Yeah. I do remember.
I didn't
that.
land very well. Let's see. Last line. Leftover homemade, culturally appropriated Chinese food. Wish my Silent Hill video would have got more views. Oh, dude, I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, man.
Oh, I watched your video. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, very salty. Very, what is it? Not salty, spicy video. Spicy. There's a difference between salty and spicy.
Very true. There is a very.
Yeah.
We make
sure. Good video. Last Line putting out the videos now. Doing good with that.
I was gonna say, yeah. I thought like all of a sudden, like I was gonna say here, my let's see here. No, that's Luke's Awakening. I was gonna say Luke's Awakening's been putting out a shit ton of videos too. Like,
yeah, Luke's busy. He does a lot. He does stuff on Rumble too now. Like he'll do exclusive stuff.
But yeah, just looking at the old list here. All right. Well, now that everyone's here, I guess we should go ahead and get started.
So I guess.
Sorry to do this to you, buddy. Chrome is pissing off my computer, so I'm gonna reset and then I'll join you.
All right, cool. That works.
We will miss you. Don't forget about us.
Don't forget. Now that they're gone.
Let go, Jack. I'll never let go. He could have fit on that piece of wood. We all know. We've seen the drawings and schematics presentation.
Yeah. Didn't they do that on Mythbusters? I think they definitively. And that's funny because I've heard some people, they're like, well, Mythbusters was TV. You can't, and I'm just like, they use the scientific process. Like scientists were actually on and like talked about it and stuff. I'm like, no, it was made for TV, but like they kind of followed the rules, guys. Like,
That was a fun show.
It was an awesome show. And every so often when I'm watching Adam Savage, he will talk about it, you know, a lot because he does these. He does the live things for his patrons or whatever. But then he like will chop it up and you know put some of the questions on afterwards or whatever. And, you know, people are constantly still asking him about stuff like that, and he's still happy to to answer that stuff. So, which is cool. It's because you know there's some people that are just like I don't want to talk about the old stuff. He's like, oh whatever, yeah, that was fun. Then next question is like, you know what do you feel about doing this? He's like, all right, cool. So.
You know, and talk about a show with a lot of lore, because of the people that were on that show, everybody has some kind of interesting history or story, or something happened, or they passed away. Like there's like very.
I still can't get over it. Grant Imahara passing away. Like that was.
Yeah.
He was so like everyone had good words to say about him. Like that was just.
That was
Crazy.
unexpected.
Yeah, it was. So.
Yeah.
All right, let me make sure.
Now we're all bummed out. Way to go, Eugene. We're about trying to start a show here. Jeez.
Well, here's the show.
Do the symbol.
Yeah, do it slow. Slow and sad. It just falls.
We're all
so. But yeah, going back to Transformers 1988, man, like, ooh, like there were some. And I have some of those still. Like I still have some of those toys, and of course, those are the ones that are in the best condition because by that point, I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
No, I had moved on to other stuff. I was playing with He-Man, and like I'm sure. And I was thinking about it because it's funny that there's two guys that host it, and then they usually will have a guest, not always. And a lot of the times, the comments were from the guest was just like, yeah, by that time, I still have that one, but like I guarantee. An aunt or an uncle or grandmother or something like that gave it to me for a birthday or Christmas or something because, well, what are they into? Well, they like Transformers. Okay, I'll go get a Transformer. It's, that was the end of the conversation. It was, they're into Transformers, but they're now more into conversation cut off right there. They just heard Transformer, go get it. So
I'm trying to think because 88, like I was into He-Man in like 86, 87. And then I was into G.I. Joe and Transformers. That must have been 88. I know I was into Transformers back in early 80s and G.I. Joe also, but I stayed with them. I'm trying to say this. I stayed with them until maybe the end of the 80s, maybe 90, maybe probably in the late 80s. But there was so many other things because, dude, we were in a target-rich environment for toys at that point. Like they brought out like, and I'm okay. I remember seeing the commercials for the Sega Master System. So this had to be 88 or 89. And there was like Visionaries, Air Raiders. There was the Centurions. There was Mask was big. There's a bunch of random ones that I won't even be able to tell you. Oh, what was the one? Silverhawks, Thundercats. What were those?
So do you remember Piranacon?
Oh my god, that's right. The colors were crazy.
They were all over, and some of the guys that were on the show were like all about, like they love this type of color style.
I had that one, the black one, the arm, the thing's left arm. I had that one. I had a bunch of weird ones from that time. Oh, they're back. Y'all made it back.
Hi.
Sorry, we were talking about 1988 Transformers and how crazy some of them were.
The colors were crazy.
Yeah.
I've got to find one of them on here because I forgot all about this until they brought it up. Like I have Power Master Optimus Prime. But the guy that was on there was talking about the fact that like unless you got into the Japanese cartoons and got all of that lore, like most of this stuff was like, most of the American kids didn't really care about this point. They're like, but he's like, once I got into that, I'm like, oh man, I really want these. And of course, nowadays it doesn't matter what they are. They're still so ridiculously overpriced. Here's one that they freaking brought up multiple times. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this. All right. So are you ready for this?
What is that?
Here's the robot. This part right here is the robot. The robot transforms into a car.
Okay.
But he also rides in a car. And they're just like, what is going on here?
Yeah. I mean, this was okay. You guys once they killed Optimus, it really traumatized all of us, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
began to lose interest in Transformers. And the stuff that happened around this time, I had several of these little weird ones like these.
Okay, but like this is what I was saying before. Literally, this is it.
Yep.
You pull this out, this flips back. That's the robot.
They were garbage. They were cheap.
That was horrible.
They were cheap, but this generation was crap. Like I had see that weird. Okay, but go back up. That weird one, the purple looking dinosaur one. I had that one. No.
Yep, I have this one. What about?
I had that one too. The blue one. I had. God, they were awful. They would shoot sparks at them.
Yeah, this one right here. Those are the instructions. Pull up, arms flip out. That was it. That was literally all. That is definitely sub GoBot.
They were phoning it in totally.
Do you think part of it was somebody was feeding back to them like, these robots are a little too complicated for little kids, so we got to make them smart.
I think
and someone did bring up that point. They were like, he was like, as I got older, I grew up with Transformers. As I got older, I wanted them to be more and more complex. You would think maybe that's the way that they would have gone, but instead they did get more simplified. I think it also had to play into the fact that, remember, they imported all of the original ones from Japan, and they had been multiple generations of working on them. They were masters of their craft doing this. And at this point, they ran dry. And so Hasbro was like, all right, we got to come up with something, and literally probably gave it to engineers that were just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This needs to look like this. Okay.
This was the Sega 32X of Transformers. This was America trying to figure out something. And and what you said is interesting, Ray. I'm sure the pitch included the idea, we want to bring in a younger demographic, so we'll make them simpler. But the real reason that they were like yes, exactly. Because for one, they were incompetent, and for two, cheap.
But yeah,
Cheap
so yep, that was the thing. So anyway. All right, let's see here. Let's get this show on the road.
Last line, they phased out. He's talking.
Yeah, it seems like that stuff phased out during the 80s because 90s was all about comic book stuff like Batman, X-Men, Spawn. Yeah, and so real quick before we start the show, I was telling Ray and Cy, I really kind of want to start working on a project kind of in my spare time, and like of course my brain goes to spreadsheet. If you're a blacksmith, everything looks like something needs to be hammered. But anyway, I'm just like, I want to have something that I can look at it and be like, 1989. What was on the toy store? What was on the toy store shelves? What was in the theater? What was I watching on Saturday morning? Because like I was telling the guys, I said, there's I have this one very specific memory, and I was like, I don't even know if it's real. Cy just told me that it definitely could have happened at that point. But yeah, when you're a kid, like stuff just kind of like melds together, and you're just like, oh, I had this. Then there's like, dude, that didn't come out for 2 years later, so you must be misremembering it or something. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I could go on rants about TMNT. Like I had the original set, and I understand what they were doing. They were trying to get keep buying them, but like I was, as an adult and a collector, I get variants. I get that, like having, I want Raphael dressed up from like when he was in that one specific episode. I get that as a collector, but as a kid, I didn't want that. I wanted run of the mill Raphael. I did not need him in a trench coat or dressed up as a hockey player. And I'm just like, I can't fight the Shredder dressed like a hockey player. That's not going to happen. And so I was like, as soon as they started going off and they're like, hey, it's a Ninja Turtle and he's in a spacesuit. And I'm just like, what? I checked out at that point. I was so far done at that point. So
duly noted, we are not to touch on TMNT again.
No, it's fine as long as we talk about the original. But see, I don't think they haven't done that series yet. But like when you start talking about like they've gone through G.I. Joe, they've gone through He-Man and stuff, and yeah, it's crazy. So I remember having Michelangelo. It was like a beach one with.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they did an Olympics version. They did. Yeah,
it was wild with the Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah, talk about reusing a mold to well beyond what you should have.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, but I get it. Back then, we couldn't 3D print stuff. Like you got a mold and it worked. Like you used that thing as much as you possibly could. So, to the point, and I've also learned this later on. That's why when you look at some, even from original runs, like the original Star Wars stuff, those first molds did not hold up. So you can clearly see first mold Obi-Wan and second mold Obi-Wan is like, yeah, it's not quite there. So yeah. All righty. I guess let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. 3, 2.
This is the Creatively Geeky Show, the support group for your creative process.
Greetings and welcome to the Creatively Geeky Show. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight, we're on episode 62, and it's our catch-up episode with myself, Cyrus, Ray, and Kris. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
Excellent,
Hi,
excellent.
everybody on YouTube Live.
Yes, hi everyone on YouTube. Last Line's here with us. Since we got 3 people watching, let's see who else is there. I bet one of the watchers is Alex. I bet he just put us on in the background to help his old man get some views. The boy has been getting a ton of views, but he's been doing it to YouTube Shorts, and I'm just like, dude, I get it. You get out there more that way. I'm like, but you're never going to hit that 3 million, man. He's like, I know it. I'm like, you probably could hit what you need to start making some money on YouTube. Not that's going to be a lot, but I mean,
you can be more. You can be more supportive. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to help the boy make money. So, all right. Well, like I said, tonight is our catch-up episode. So we had to swap around a little bit. We had the.
I was going to bring my ketchup bottle. I forgot.
Okay. Yeah.
Never mind.
Bump. And so last month we had the interview, and so this month we're catching up. With that said, would anyone like to go first?
I'll go.
All right, Kris. On your list, you had do gardening, start rewrite a story, host Thanksgiving, and bake.
Yes, I did this 3 out of 4. Ooh,
not bad. Okay.
Not bad. So I did the gardening as much as I could. It still needs. I probably need to cut the lawn one more time and weed one more time because it's better when you weed in the fall because it means that the weeds have less of a chance of germinating over the winter.
Okay.
And they don't pop up in the springtime. Hot tip. Also, don't rake your leaves. Oh, for the love of God, don't do that. They fall for a reason. So that was good. We also had a little visitor, a little buddy. About 4 or 5 years ago, I planted milkweed. And for those who know, milkweed is the preferred plant for monarch caterpillars. Okay. And we had 2 monarch caterpillars come chill out on my milkweed plants. It hasn't happened in 2 years. Mm-hmm. And one of them stayed and turned into
Merv
the monarch.
Nice.
Merv.
It was so neat. We watched this whole chrysalis gestation phase. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize how little the chrysalis were because when you see pictures like that, they're so blown up and they're huge. I mean, I know monarchs aren't big, but they're big, fat caterpillars. They're huge. And so he'd squished himself into this little cool chrysalis. And we just watched his phase, and Ray was on top of it. Like he was.
Well, listen, I went back to him eating too.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's.
There he is. And so he was updating me. And then the day he popped out of his chrysalis, he had to work. He wasn't working the day before, but the day he popped out, obviously he was at work. So I had to give him, I took a million pictures.
It was the day before.
That's how you know it's ready to go. And then he literally just sprung out and he dried his wings and then he flew away a little bit and then he flew away. And it was really cool. So that was
heading to Mexico.
Going to take him a little bit to get there, but he's going. We also don't know if it's a boy or girl. I just decided Merv was a fun name for.
Well, if we see him passing, we'll try to find out.
I'll ask.
Send him our love.
Yeah.
And then
don't ask for any identification though.
I don't know. We don't want to get him in trouble with ICE.
Yeah.
And then I haven't really done any writing since, I guess I said that in July. I printed it all out. I did start rewriting the first chapter, and then I lost all motivation to do it. I was just like, so obviously that was my sign to take some time away and not force it. We did do Thanksgiving here. That was last week. We had 17 people here.
Yeah.
I think
That's a crew.
Yeah, the only my brother-in-law, one of my brothers-in-law doesn't come to anything unless it's Christmas. That's sort of like our deal with him.
So we haven't seen him in like a year.
So we haven't seen him, but
yeah.
no, it's been before that. But that's his only family obligation is Christmas. He's a trucker, so for him, his schedule's all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, so Christmas is it. So I knew he wasn't coming for Thanksgiving, but my uncle came, and my uncle lives about 4.5, 5 hours north of here, and he's
Speaking of creativity, I did send it on the.
It's my.
He fell asleep, and
He had a long drive.
Oh yeah,
He'd driven that morning to get to our house.
You don't fall asleep in my house at a family event unless you're ready for me having some fun.
So he fell asleep in a chair, and he kept it was just a folding chair, so he kept like weaving and bobbing because he was falling asleep, so his body was trying it, and he kept jolting. Like, anyways, it was funny. It's my Uncle Bud. There's my Uncle Bud.
Yeah.
Bud is very sweet. I love my Uncle Bud very much.
By the way, if you're still just listening to the show, it's time to move over to YouTube, guys. Seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
His sleeping uncle as E.T. in the basket.
Of Elliot's fight. And then one of my nephews didn't come because he decided that he wanted to go fishing. He's 14. I get it. He loves fishing. Make sure go fishing. You're not going to be able to do it for much longer, so get out and go. But I haven't been around toddlers in a very long time. Our youngest is 17, so toddlerhood is not part of our forte anymore. No. My youngest niece just turned 4, and we were talking about something. As much as I could understand her, she coughed in my face, and I kind of didn't know what to do.
Yep.
A child has not coughed in my face in many, many years. So apparently I did not hide it well, and my sister started laughing at me. And I'm like, did I make a face? She's like, a little. Yeah, you looked a little like, I'm sorry. I haven't had a kid cough in my face. She choked on some water a little bit, but still. But it was just.
That was funny too, because you offered water, and she's like, no, that's what made me choke.
Yeah. But she's 4, and so we were talking about Rainbow Bright and stuff like that, and it was very cute. But she coughed in my face, and I guess I didn't handle it very well. I did. My face didn't handle it well. I thought.
Don't worry though. You can't catch any diseases from that. That's a myth.
No, they're
absolutely
not germ factories.
It's Tylenol.
Oh, right, it's the Tylenol. That's all the Tylenol.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then baking. So I have been doing some baking. I've been making like apple crisp. We made old neighbors of ours came over for a visit, and I had made apple crisp.
Yeah,
and listen, these women need to follow me around. The way they raved about the apple crisp, I'm like, you're very good for my ego.
They are hype people for sure.
Nice.
They're lovely. Hi, Jen and Mary, if you're listening. But just raving about my apple crisp, and I was like, it's apple crisp. But apparently it was really good, so I'm going to take it.
It was tasty.
Yes. And then we're going to see friends of ours had a baby last month, and so we've been invited over. We're going in a couple of weeks because we're going to wait till after Thanksgiving because that's this weekend. So I'll make them something fun. She had gestational
because we do it right in.
We do it in October, but she had gestational diabetes for whole for a good chunk of her pregnancy. So I'm going to make her a sweet treat.
Yeah,
because she can actually eat it now.
Brownies? You gonna make her brownies?
I might make her brownies. We'll see.
Nice.
Last time we made brownies last time, and she couldn't eat them.
She couldn't eat them
because she had.
I made her chocolate covered strawberries instead,
which was fun.
Yeah, she could eat those.
But her husband just he ate all of the brownies in a day.
Yeah.
I bet they were really good.
9 pan too.
I understand. Sometimes it's hard to stop.
Yeah,
he was like, I can't put these away.
I understand. I got in trouble one year because my wife had one of those giant Hershey Kisses.
Oh yeah.
It was sitting in the cupboard for a long time, and every time I'd open the cupboard, I would see it. And one day, I just ate the whole thing, and she never cared about it until I ate it. And then
Exactly. Yeah.
it was the worst thing I could have ever done was to eat her giant Hershey kiss.
That's like 2 pounds of chocolate, wasn't it? Like,
It was a lot of chocolate.
It was a lot of chocolate.
It's a lot of chocolate.
but it was tasty. That was a good day.
It had been there for a long time, and I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Okay, so yeah, I get that because like they're depending on the member of this household that I'm currently living in now, the rules for how long something belongs to you is kind of soft, and I'm just like, no, you asked for this last weekend.
Yep.
You haven't touched it. Guess what? It's free game now.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was. I thought it was.
No, I would have been on your side. I would have been like, well, why didn't you eat it?
Well, no, you would not have been on my side. You would have been cowering in the corner like I was.
Whoa.
You would have been like, I told him not to do it. And I've been like, Eugene,
You had half.
it
There's
was a lot of
Eugene
chocolate.
shaped hole in the wall as I
Yeah. Ran down.
Just the, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been doing that, and then what else? I think that's kind of it. I decorated a little bit for Halloween. I have to put
nice.
but a little bit. We're gonna go get pumpkins and stuff. Because last year I was sad because Logan wasn't home for Halloween, but this year I'm not as sad. I'm a little used to the sad, so I can go get pumpkins. Because she's in an apartment now, and so she's excited. She's hoping for trick-or-treaters because she lives a couple blocks away from elementary school. So she's like,
I remember, when you get old enough that you have your own place and you start having those thoughts about, oh, I'm gonna get trick-or-treaters of my own. Like that's when you know you're starting to become an adult. Like
we used to, that was my thing for Halloween for years when we had the house, was handing out candy. I loved it. I had such a good time doing that.
Oh yeah. My favorite is the little toddlers who just walk into your house like it's theirs.
Yep.
I love it. I'm like, yeah, come on in. No, it's
they
fine.
panic. They don't know what to do. They look at you. They look at their. They don't. It's so funny.
And my favorite is making people scream or scared, and I've done that a few times now. And my favorite time was the kids that would not come out to the house because they thought that the person hanging upside down was real. And they were all wrapped in spider webs, and they're like, that's gonna move. I'm like, I promise you it won't move if you trust me. And they wouldn't come up to the door, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It
We won Halloween that year.
Yeah. And then it was a couple of years ago. I had our portraits that are up on the windows, and they just sit there smiling, and then randomly they go into a movement of some sort, and usually it's a boost type of scare, like a jump scare. And the teenagers just saw them all kind of, and then as they were approaching, they like, and one of the teenagers like screamed, and it was fantastic. I have it on video.
I go to sleep at it at night.
Puts it on loop. He's just sitting there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's a screensaver. It's his alarm clock. Yeah, but that's it. So 3 out of 4 is pretty good for me.
That's always great. Yeah, I mean,
that's a win.
Absolutely. All right. Who would like to go next?
Sure.
All right, Ray. You had and when I first read this, I was just like, paint doors. I was like, oh yeah, little doors. Paint doors, put doors in the wild, work on drawings, decorate for Halloween.
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4. Okay.
So I did send pictures. They were late of the doors, but they are up. I did send them on the Discord a while ago as well. So yes, if you can't find them, it's okay. I've got other ones that we can share. So what was fun is that 1, 2, trying to remember where the third one went.
I don't know, but one's over there.
Yeah, one's in the house and stayed in the house.
because I wanted it. I picked
Yeah,
it up. That's-
one is at a local store, which is where we do our life drawing sessions. There you go. There they are.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
So the far left one is staying in the house. It's the one that Kris wanted in the
Yeah.
house. I think the one with the green is in the wild for a friend of ours, at a.
Is it at the light drawing store?
Oh, I think that one actually went to Jen and Mary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Jen and Mary. The maroony red one, that one went to Surf Shop.
Mhm.
Surfs Up in Goderich. That one was kind of a fun one. And then the far right one is at my work. In fact, I sent another picture with a little sign. I don't know, it's had Abby's. I sent it to you on Facebook, Eugene, so you may not be able to pull that one up. That's okay. So I made a little sandwich board or sandwich board sign that said Abby's open because they had at work they have a self-funded convenience store that they called Abby's, which was kind of fun. It was free stuff that would just anybody could walk by and grab some snacks if they wanted it to. So I said that you needed a door and an open sign, and they really appreciated that. So that's where that red one went. So
Yeah, I'm not.
I've got more in the way. I've got the
seeing-
wood ready to go. I just need to actually carve it and make them all up. There's going to be a couple Hobbit doors coming, and we'll see what else I can make.
Nice.
So yeah,
Awesome.
but as for Halloween decorations, not yet. Maybe this weekend we can
this weekend,
try and
I
get
think.
some of that done.
Yeah.
And then the drawings have kind of taken a backseat as well, just because life is life, and Logan needed some help down at her place, and then my sister needed help, and that's actually I was a bit late getting home today because my sister is lovely, and she there it is. There's the open. So yeah, that's a little anyway. I love my sister dearly. So she is trying to sell her house. I don't have a picture of this one. I didn't send it, but so today I told her I'd come over. When she at one point was it a friend of hers brought her dogs in that had fleas?
She's not the ringer with this house, and it's all very custom. She's got incredible taste, and she's a designer, and she picked everything out in this house down to the last little light switch. She has picked out, it's all intentional. So she picked out this flooring, and it's engineered hardwood. And so as you all know, she's been in this house for 6-7 years.
Yeah, so it's discontinued. It's
discontinued, but it was also kind of not first generation engineered hardwood, but not what it is now.
It was selected to match the hardwood floor that she wanted.
Yeah,
which she did get in the upper part of the house, but it was
price, and she
priced,
stopped. Anyways, it got scuffed to shit because it's in the kitchen, but it got like really brutalized for whatever reason. Like this engineered hardwood did not hold up to any kind of
which could be redone, but the problem was one particular piece of the floor right in the middle of the kitchen, there was a knot that popped out.
Yeah.
And so it was a hole in the floor. So I had to cut that piece out and fit in a new piece that she had extra pieces. I'm like, cool, that's great. And when I looked at the piece that she had and the piece that I cut out, they did not match. And I let her know this isn't going to go the way we thought, because the piece you have, thankfully, is too thick. And so now I need to find somebody with the right shop tools in order to shrink this thing down to the right size.
Thankfully,
she lives by somebody that's on this show named Sean. So called up Sean. I'm like, dude, please tell me you have a planer, and please tell me you're at home that I can come over and help out. And thankfully, he's like, yeah, dude, come on over. So we got it to the right thickness. Took a few tries. We got it there. got it cut. It is fit in. I do have a picture of it fit in, and you'll be able to tell which one it is.
Yeah, just because
pretty
it's
easily
not
because it is
totally beat
brand
up.
new.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just like everything because it's throughout her house. The rest of it is really held up because she's had 2 toddlers and 2 teenagers in this house, wrecked her house.
Yeah.
But that particular section of the floor, I don't know why, just got completely beat up. It didn't hold up well at all.
So I've left her my palm sander. She's going to sand out the rest and try and do her best at kind of blending it all, which she's
yeah.
She's
really
going to blend out the rest, and then pictures are being taken on Friday.
Oh yeah, she's got to get on it then. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why I couldn't leave this hole in the ground. I'm like,
well, because she had electrical tape over it because so her
terrible.
little guy wouldn't pick at it or stuff wouldn't get in it. So you can't leave the electrical tape in the pictures.
So the reason why I was bringing up the fleas, sorry, back to that part. The reason why I was bringing that up was because they had to fumigate the house, and when they did that, the floors got soaked at some point, and that knot actually buckled and popped out, and that's what.
Oh wow!
Really, I was like, that's not good. So anyway, it's fixed now. So thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sean. Very good. Sai, you want to go next?
The other guy can. No, I'll go.
Yeah. You had one thing.
Yeah.
Look into Video Ninja.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
So I'm interested in this because you told me you were going to research it and you were either going to be abandoning it or probably teaching me how to use it.
I did use it for one episode of the what do we call that show? Super Duper Retro Show. Which supposedly we're going to try to do it this Sunday. We'll see how it works out. It's a lot of stuff going on. And it works, but I don't think it's really right for me. It's a lot of different stuff to mess with, and then you can't really do things like you can on SteamYard easily. Like you can do them, but it's going to take a lot of like setting up of multiple scenes in OBS and stuff. And I was like, I don't think I want to mess with this. I think I'd rather just stick with the very basic StreamYard stuff that I have.
Right.
So I'm not messing with it. It works and you can do it, but I don't think it's worth messing with.
Not really. Not ready for prime time yet. Then you would say probably.
Well, I would kind of say the opposite. I would say if you have a big show that you want to do on a regular basis that has a lot of moving parts and you need a lot of guests to come on and you don't mind customizing a whole bunch of stuff, then it's fine. It's a free option for you to do something like that and it works. But if you're just doing like a hobby show or something like what I do, it's not worth it.
Fair enough.
It's really not. So
fair enough.
There's that.
Oh, cool. Otherwise, I know you've been doing a bunch of shows. You've been doing some streaming and stuff because I've been watching you play some games and everything. And
yeah, I want to do more, but it's there's a lot going on. Like I said, family stuff keeps coming up, and different stuff works. Different things are happening. There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. Well, you do what you can do. I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
So. Well, all right. I guess I'll again jump in here. So I had several things, and I actually got them all done, and then some. So the first thing was get PC ready for streaming games. I have made more. I've taken a few more steps towards that. I really hope next week. So my whole family, we're all off next week for the fall break. And it can't come soon enough. Like we're all tired. It's been kind of a shit show on some things. So we all need the break. But during that break, that is one of the things I want to look at. And I've already started taking a few steps to try to get OBS going. So in fact, I was even messaging Sai. I was like, hey, I have a few questions. So which is crazy because I was like, well, when you get home, you can let me know. And it was like questions about like bit rate. And he knew it right offhand. I'm like,
I believe me. That's one thing I know in my head because I've done a lot of testing. So
And see, and that's why I default to you on that. So, so I'm going to give myself credit for that, or partial credit, because I have taken a few steps towards that. So, second thing, install LED lights on shelves, and as you can see behind me,
Mhm.
ta-da, I
Really
got that done.
good.
Thank you so much. It came out so good. I am
yeah.
so happy with the way this came out.
Yeah.
It really, like Christy was like, it looks like a museum. I'm like, yes,
Yeah, it does.
that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm so happy with the way it came out. And yeah, it's not perfect, of course, like anything else. If you look at it really closely, you can see where there are things I needed to.
Mhm.
I did an okay job or whatever, but overall, I'm so glad with the way it is. And I'll be honest, like I have started coming in here and just hanging out and doing stuff in my office more. Like I didn't realize as okay as it looked, I didn't realize what I wanted this office to be and how far away that was still. And now that I'm getting that set up, I'm coming to the realization that, oh yeah, like I didn't put a lot of effort into it. And now that I have, I'm like, I really like being in here. This is actually a pretty cool room. I kind of like this place.
That's awesome. That's cool.
You take it to the bookcase store.
Do what now? Yeah, I know, right? That's coming. That's still on the to-do list. It's not next though. In fact, I didn't put something else on kind of my to-do list, but we can talk about that in a second. So as I was wiring this up, the way that it was wired is basically like it comes in from the top and it goes across the top and then goes down the side and back over and down. And it keeps doing that. And it snakes all the way down one bookcase and snakes all the way back up. Well, the way that I did it, the second one, the one right here with the second one over, the one with the Constructicons there on the top, it ended up on the top of the one on the left. And I was like, well, that's where the LEDs end. I could connect something else to it. So I decided I'd go ahead and do that. And I went ahead and lit up Gozer's temple because why the hell not, right? I was like, it's there. It would look cool if it's lit up. So I went ahead and put LEDs up there so that Gozer's temple is lit up. So yeah, I got all that done. Super happy with it. And so I was like, all right, next project up is I had this area here between these two shelves that I said I was going to build some shelving in. So sat down, started working on that. And I literally went through and drilled in the holes so that I could change the shelves. 96 holes.
Yeah. Holy crap.
96 holes.
That's a lot, dude.
And I didn't use them.
No way.
Because even though I had it measured and I had a bracket I was using as a thing, somehow or another it got off. And by the time it went to the bottom, the shelves would have been like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Screw it. So I went and invested in something I've wanted for quite a while, and I bought a pocket hole jig.
Okay.
Yep.
And I've never used one. And oh my God, it is any woodworker who looks down on pocket holes, fuck you. I'm not a woodworker, and I'm telling you, fuck you. Pocket holes are great. They're fantastic. Like, oh, they're great.
They are great for what they're designed to help. Yeah.
Hell yes. And in this case, the added benefit I had was as I was measuring the shelves, I noticed that this one here, well, technically the other way, the far right one, the one that has the board games in it, I guess kind of got damaged at some point because as it went up, it kind of curved in a little bit and kind of went back out. Well, now that I use pocket holes on all these shelves, it pulled everything back into straight. And so literally all of these shelves are pretty much locked together now. Nice. So unless something major happens, like it's not coming down, like it's built solid as hell. And when I was done with it, I don't have a finished picture of it. I guess I can kind of show here. It's really dark because I didn't light up the things. Cool. But as Christy came in and looked at it when I was done with it, sorry, other way here. She was like, I can't tell that there was never a shelf there. Like you did a really good job. So I'm super happy with that as well.
Nice. And
so I managed to get rid of this little janky plastic drawer thing I had sitting here, and all that stuff is behind there now. Including something I'm going to end up working on for next time. So let's see here. Another thing that I worked on was for the first time ever, I did a bunch of research on YouTube. I looked up a bunch of stuff. And of course, instead of going simple and trying it out to see how it works, nope, I fucking went for Hail Mary, full yard, pass.
If you're going to do it.
And I built this plexiglass case for my Ecto.
Ooh, fancy.
Now, if you look closely at it, and you can't see it in the pictures, there is kind of some smudge stuff on one of the inside areas here, because so essentially what you do is you can buy blades that will cut this. Like you can buy table saw blades that will cut plexiglass, no problem. They're about $150, $200. And Adam Savage has talked multiple times that like when you get one, the first thing you do is take it out of the package and write on it with permanent marker, plexiglass only, I will kill you otherwise, because apparently that's how it was in his shop. That's how it was in Jamie Heineman's shop.
Yep.
Like you do not use this for anything else. Otherwise, you get this tool and it's basically got a hard blade on it, and you just keep scraping in over and over and over again until it gouges, and then you take it and you snap it. And I managed to do that. The snapping was not that hard, even though it was these really long pieces. It's almost 3 feet long. It's about, I think it's 30 inches long. So we're talking about large pieces of plexi. And then you take this, it's this liquid, and I mean, it is like the consistency of water. It runs everywhere. And it literally melts the plastic together. So I was like, and it says it needs to cure for 24 hours. So like I was getting it set up or whatever. And unfortunately though, if it gets on anything or anywhere, like you can't really rub it off. Like you kind of just have to like dab it as best you can. And even then it will still discolor it or leave kind of a thing. So if you look closely in some places, you kind of can see that on a couple of little places, but overall I'm super happy with the way this came out.
Yeah, you should be, man.
And I have a bunch of plexi left over. And so now I'm thinking like, what else needs a display case? Because I'm like, hell, I've done one that's 3.5 or 3 feet long. If I want to make one that's only about this big, I should be able to knock that out. No problem.
Do you have the Ecto as a Hot Wheels?
Yes,
that would
yes,
be
I do. I've got
hilarious.
multiple.
You should do a little one.
A small one for the Ecto. You know what? You know what has crossed my mind? And because Nick doesn't like the cats going in his bedroom when he's either not asleep or not there, because they tend to mess with his stuff. And I've thought about it. I was like, I need to see if that boy needs some display cases for some of his stuff.
Are you gonna? I thought you were gonna say you were gonna make a case for the cat.
For the
I'm like,
cat. No, the reason I made this case was partially because of the cats, because now I can leave them in here. And I was like, okay, it's built fairly solid, but what if they try to jump on it? Nope. Every one of them has gotten on this desk, looked at it, and just looked away. They're obviously like, nope, that's not worth getting up there. So I'm just like, yes. Anyway,
it's cool. It looks good. It looks really good.
I'm very happy with it, and it does make it look overall. It does make it look even
Looks
more.
great.
Cool. So, let's see here.
Oh, you know
Let's
what you
see,
could make? Little energon cubes for your sound wave, like with the.
I don't have a sound wave right now, but if I did, I sure as fuck would do that. That's an awesome idea. That's a great idea, actually.
Maybe
because I always wanted those when I was a kid, didn't you? You always wanted energon cubes. Yeah.
I was like dead silence. I'm like, oh, I thought it was a good idea.
No, I was kind of playing that a little bit. All right. So the next thing I did was also get another thing kind of for the office here. Let me take this down here, move this over here. I don't have pictures of it, so I have to move the camera. And this kind of ties into some other stuff that I've been working on. Let me see here. What else? Yeah, this all kind of ties in together. I don't know what it is. Something happened. Something clicked in my brain. And I was just like, oh, I need to make this. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, man, I've got a bunch of filament, 3D printer filament. And some of this is 2, 3, maybe even 4 years old. And I'm just like, I know I've kept it in Ziploc bags with the little silicone things in it. But it will absorb moisture and it causes problems. And in some cases it causes it to snap very easily. And I was just like, some of this is getting really old. I probably should start getting rid of this filament and start making stuff. So I've been trying to find things to make. And so one of the first things that I decided to make was I made controller hangers.
Oh, cool.
So it literally is just this little hanger on the wall.
Yep.
There it is. And at first I printed it. At first I printed them black, and I was going to run out of that color of black. And I was like, should I do them in color so that they match the thing? And that's what I decided to do.
Nice.
So I've got the purple one, I've got the green one, and then I've got for my blue Xbox controller. And I mean, it is a different looking thing, but
yeah, no,
like yeah. And so I was actually going to ask Cyrus, and actually you as well, Ray. If y'all need controller hangers, like I don't know what kind of situation you got set up with your games and stuff, But if you need if you want hangers to put your controllers on the wall or whatever, let me know. Like I will charge you shipping. So just let me know what you kind of need or what you might want. So
It might be a little while before I get there,
Mhm.
but that'd be interesting in the bookcase.
okay, yeah, I should be able to do that. So
Mhm.
because like I said, I've been trying to get through some of this stuff, and so one of the other things I forgot to grab it. I forgot to bring it in here. I don't have it. So I've started 3D printing. Like I've been wanting to 3D print some decorations for my office for a while,
Mhm.
and so I've started working on that. And I 3D printed these that look like a little pumpkin, or I'm sorry, they look like a little jack-o'-lantern, and you can put a little the little battery operated tea lights in them to light it up. And I 3D printed one. I was like, this turned out pretty cute. This is cool. So I brought it home and I was just like, on the offhand chance that Christy would want one. And I'm just like, hey, I printed this for the office. I thought it turned out pretty good. Would you want it? She's like, yes, I want that. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll print another one for the office. So I'm in the process of printing some of that stuff.
Nice.
Oh, hello, John. How are you?
He was just sitting over here. I was like, let me get him on there.
So anyway, I've been trying to find things to 3D print to decorate the office or whatever, and so I've like printed these black flexi cats. I got to find some of those. But I was looking for some ghost to print in the office, and I thought, oh, I found some that like once again you 3D print it, you put it over a little electronic tea light, and it will light up or whatever. And then I thought, if I'm going to print ghosts for the office, I should print some ghosts, because it gets rid of different colors. So I found these online.
Oh,
And so I literally have
Oh, that's cool.
Pinky,
cute.
That's very cool.
Inky,
Yep.
which by the way, I always thought Inky was white and it's teal, but I have a hard time with color definition. I can't remember if this was Blinky or if this was, I can't remember. Anyway, so the red one and then the orange one. And I mean the colors, I gotta bring them all up here because they just look so good, especially when they're together. Because you have all the little ghosts
That's awesome.
from the thing. They look great. I didn't get a chance to
pay shipping for.
do what?
I may have to pay shipping for those ones.
I know. I'm still working on Sue, and I don't have it's like a pinky purple. I don't have a pinky purple. I just have like a normal purple. So I'm just going to go ahead and print it in that because technically she was from Miss Pac-Man. But the other model they have, and I'm still going back and forth on this. I need some input from you guys. Is of course what it looks like whenever he eats the power pellet and they turn blue and they can be eaten. I like the white eyes. The problem is like there's nothing here for the mouth. And he didn't design anything to go in there. And I'm like, do I leave it open like this, or do I need to design something to 3D print and put white in there so you can easily see it? So input, what do y'all think? Do I need to print something for the mouth or just leave it like it is?
Well, does the mouth look
I
like?
need to look.
Is the mouth white or does it? Black?
Yeah, I mean in the game it was white, but of course like this it looks like he's screaming because he's about to get eaten.
I think it looks fine like that.
Fine like this.
Yeah, it's
kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So, okay, so here's another funny story about this. So as I was 3D printing these, of course, the color is separate and then the eyes print separately as well. And my original idea was, I was like, oh, I can tilt the eye. Well, no, actually, the first thing I did was I 3D printed the white eyes. And then I took a black marker and I tried to draw on the irises. Well, because of the way the layer lines work, it was causing it to smear and it didn't look good. So what I did was, I went back and 3D printed these, and whenever I 3D printed them, they lay on the bed like this. And what I did was I basically told it print up to whatever it is, 9 millimeters, and stop. And then I could change out the color, and I put the blue in, and I told it to do that. And I was hoping to angle it so that they would be, one of them was looking up, one was looking down, one was looking to the left, one to the right. I could do up and down, but I couldn't do left and right because of the way the model was. And I was just like, it's fine. They can all look forward. It'll be all right. So.
Yep.
Cool.
And then of course I'm gonna have to find a Pac-Man model I like and print him too, because this is I've got to have that in my office. It'll look too awesome.
Yep. That's awesome.
So yeah, I've been 3D printing stuff and trying to find stuff to do or whatever. And then decorating for Halloween. Christy, I was at an event. No, I'm sorry, I wasn't at an event. I was playing a board game all day Saturday. And while I did, Christy got pretty much the entire inside of the house decorated. And then Sunday I got the rest of the outside done. So,
Nice.
Whoa, very
There
nice.
you go.
and this is the I think this is going to be the last year for these, because the problem is I'm gonna blow them up real quick. The problem is with these is when I made them, I followed instructions I found online, and I prefer Lowe's over Home Depot. And unfortunately, Lowe's just had the styrofoam that's like the little balls that are kind of put together.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what I used on this. And so they're kind of starting to flake apart. They're having some issues. And I should have used it's like that just compressed foam that you could get from Home Depot. So I really want to go back and not only remake these 5, but now that I've got a larger front yard, I really want to add to it. I want to add probably another 5 tombstones. And then I saw this guy that was making a video and was sharing it, and he was talking about how to really get the most out of even just like a cheap fogger you can buy it at Amazon or whatever. And I'm just like, it might be time for me to make either a casket that sits out or maybe a sarcophagus or something that I can put a fairly large box in that I can run the fog through so that it will do the low-lying fog and have low-lying fog all over my graveyard. I think that would be awesome.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
And eventually I'm gonna have to figure out something storage-wise, but eventually I want to do, did I send y'all the video of the guy who was doing the skeleton stirring the giant pumpkin?
I think I sent it to you too. Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. And once again, it's literally just, putting some wire and stuff together and then getting a couple of like windshield washer motors and just running it off that, kind of like how you have your shovel.
Shovel. Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly the same idea.
And so I was just like, oh, that would be cool. So yeah, I've got big ideas. I've just got to have the time and be the money. So, but yeah, I got all that stuff done.
Wow,
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
I showed Kris the video of the pumpkin stirring the pot, and I'm like, dude, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
The other one that I've seen a lot of is the statue of like death. I really want to build one of those as well, where they've draped over and then spray painted it and stuff.
Yes, that's awesome. The other thing I want to do also is where they take the chicken wire and they make it look like a human shape, and then you light it at night and it looks very ethereal. I want to do that as well.
Yeah.
So,
we had plans for that. I have the chicken wire and I have a bust of somebody, but like a mannequin. I just have not done that.
yeah, that would be much easier to do on a mannequin, because then you could kind of mold it around it. Whereas I would literally be like, hey, I need you to hold still. Or have to eyeball it. So
yeah. The cat didn't want to hold still for some reason.
No, she doesn't like that.
So time wise, I mean, we're about 40 minutes in. There was one little thing I kind of wanted to talk about, but we can jump past that and just go on to what we want to work on for next time if y'all want to. So
is that okay? I have to call Logan back.
Yeah, let's just do that. So let's go ahead and move on to what we would like to work on next. And so this is our October episode, November. November, I'm hoping to have that cosplay couple on. I saw him again a couple weekends ago. So they said, yes, we're 100% down. So we're probably looking at December.
Okay.
So just kind of keep that in mind. Tell you what, while y'all think about it, I'm going to go ahead and go first. Things I want to work on between now and then. Halloween costumes. I need to get out Alex's Helldiver costume and make sure. I'm sure it will. We may have to buy some of the underlying clothing that goes on him, but because he may have outgrown that. But like the armor and stuff, I'm pretty sure will be fine. I've just got to get it out and make sure 100% that it's all going to fit. Nicholas, I thought I was going to have to redo or work on his clone trooper, but I think he's kind of done with it for the most part. And so I was just like, well, he was talking about wanting to be this character from Payday 2. And I was a little hesitant about that just because I'm like, well, you're wearing a mask and you're wanting to carry a gun around at night. And I'm just like, I don't know. And I was like, well, what all would be in the costume? He's like, well, I started looking it up and I went online and I found this Pinterest board. And I was just like, Pinterest is pretty awesome, dude. You can find some cool stuff. And so he was like, well, they are all links to Amazon. And I'm like, well, how much would the costume be? And he's like, that's about $250. I'm like, whoa, no, not for a costume. Sorry, dude. Well, anyway, so him and I I was like, how about we go to Spirit of Halloween? We'll just look. We'll see if maybe something sparks your interest. Well, sure enough, he did find something. And he's like, Dad, I think that would be cool just doing like the big blow up dinosaur thing. And I'm just like, if you're cool with that, absolutely, we can do that. Cause then I don't have to do anything. Although I kind of mentioned it a little bit. I may have to look and see if I can find one fairly cheap. If I can, I've also have to figure out a way to attach it, but I've been like, dude, if we could find Cappy from, which Mario game was that?
Oh, Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey, yeah. I couldn't remember the name. Odyssey. I was like, if we could find a Cappy, we could put you in the blow up dinosaur and put the Cappy on top of you, and you could be the T-Rex Mario. I think that would be fun. So anyway, I got to work on some of that stuff. Second thing I need to work on between now and then, I'm hoping to work on it next week. Once again, whenever I'm off, is clean my shop. When I was doing this process, there's a bunch of sawdust still in my shop, and I mean it's pretty wrecked. So I just need to get my shop and I just need to blow it out and kind of. I also think I've gotten to the point I'm just like, I need to get rid of some of the stuff I was holding on to. I was like, well, I might use this, I might not. I'm just like, I'm not. When I start really working on this shop, like I'm going to want to probably build all of the shop furniture myself for the most part. So I'm like, I will hold on to some of these shelves and stuff just to keep stuff organized until that point. But some of this I'm like, I'm not going to use. I just need to get rid of it because it's just taking up space at this point. So I need to clean my shop. And then the third thing I had down was stream games. I fully plan to start streaming games before we, get together on this show again. I'm actually hoping to maybe start next week because I thought about it. I was like, well, what would I stream? And I'm like, it's that time of year. It's spooky season. And I always go back and play some of my favorite Castlevania games. I was like, that would be a good way to start because I love those games and I've got plenty I could talk about while I'm playing them. So those are my three things: Halloween costumes, clean the shop, start streaming games. So we'll see if I get it done. All right. Who would like to go next?
Sure.
All right, Ray, what would you like to get done before December?
Before December. So there is a painting at least one painting that I want to get done for a friend. So I'm hoping that one gets done.
Okay.
I'll get that one done. And then I'm going to have some drawings done as well because there's a couple life drawing sessions coming up in October and November. And there's a couple t-shirt ideas that you and I have kicked around as well. And I need to find a way to transfer my drawing to a process. Maybe you and I can talk about that sometime.
Okay.
I need to figure that out. So other than that, just kind of think put some Christmas lights up for the house, just in the front.
Eugene, did we have that idea for that shirt with the bottle on it? I would do anything, but I won't piss in a bottle.
What? On the live show? What was that? I don't remember. I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah, Ray, we might have an idea for a shirt.
I still want Cat's Gonna Cat first. That has to be the next shirt.
Oh, yes.
Cat has to, and then, or Cat's Gonna Cat.
Cat's Gonna Cat, yeah.
I've got another one I'll talk to you too about after this too.
Cool. All righty. Kris, what would you like to work on before December?
I have to put the gardens to bed by then. So that's got to get done. And I might plant some bulbs. We have a squirrel problem here. They're pretty plump. And so they eat my bulbs.
They steal and they go digging for it.
Assholes. Oh, I love watching squirrels, but when they're out there eating the bird seed, I'm just like, you fuckers, that's not for you.
You don't need it. You're fine. So they don't like alliums, which is it's in the onion family. They're like big overgrown chives, essentially. They look like truffle trees. They don't like them because they're onions, essentially, and I guess they like them. So and Ray likes them.
So fuck you, squirrels.
They fucking
Yeah.
cool. So thanks for those. Now's sort of the time to plant all those fall bulbs that'll come up in the spring and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I might do that and plant more like crocuses and stuff like that, and some narcissus and stuff because I like them pretty. So do that, and then last year, like every year we've lived here, minus 1 year, I think I've done neighborhood boxes for Christmas.
Mhm.
So I just make a little selection of goodies. It's usually like cookies and
We didn't do it last year.
like a loaf of bread or something. Usually it's like Irish soda bread because it's super easy to make. Last year we didn't do that. Also, last year was my plan to send out holiday cards, and
We
then
didn't do that.
Canada Post went on strike. So they're on strike right now.
so-
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to do it. We'll see if I can. I would like to send out holiday cards. We'll see if they're back at it. I don't know. They're in talks. We'll see. Last year it was a couple, was it like a month or 2 months or something like that they were on strike?
It was a little while.
It was a little while, but they
long
were
story short, they got forced back.
they got
into
forced back
work
before
and-
everything got figured out. Anyway,
and
yes. So we'll see how long this lasts. But with the neighborhood boxes, I thought of a couple of other things. I was going to make some salt dough ornaments and use like a leather punch. You know how you can leather punch like names and initials and things like that onto like journal things. So I want to find that. I don't know if I find them on Amazon or whatever, but I would like that and make some ornaments for all my nieces and nephews with their names on them, because all of them, I think, except for 2 or 3 maybe, all have unique names, and you wouldn't be able to find their names on.
Like
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, just with spellings and just whatever. So do that and find some different cookie recipes and actually like make boxes this year. For our select few neighbors, I do that for. I only make like 4 or 5 of them. I don't go like crazy.
Yeah.
have something. So.
Yes, the neighbors we talk to.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Yeah.
Hi,
I'm your neighbor from like 3 streets over. Here you go.
Yeah. Bye. So I'd like to do that, and then I think that's it, because that's probably gonna take some time to make all of that.
That's a good plan right there. So
Very cool.
all right, Cyrus. What would you like to work on before next time?
I have something that I am starting to work on that's going to be a project that I work on until maybe February.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's a big project. It's something that I can't talk a whole lot about, not because it's like some super amazing secret, but it's just that I don't have authorization to talk about specifically what it is, but I'll tell you, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of voice work for a novelization or a project. How do I say this? No, not a novelization, a project that's turning a very well-known novel into a motion comic, sort of like the Watchmen thing that I did.
Nice.
Cool.
That's about as specific as I can get.
And that's fine. I literally put down secret project, voice work.
But before I can even start the voice work, I have to listen to the audiobook version of this novel. So I'm going to start that soon, very soon. And once I finish, because there's a lot to this, and I need to know not just like what the story is and everything, but I need to know how to pronounce a lot of stuff, because it's I've looked at some of the novel and there's some stuff that I'm not sure about. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on with this, but it's going to be fun. It's going to
that age-old debate between people who listen to the novel and read the novel. I know how to spell the name. Well, I know how to say it.
Yep.
Yeah. And we tend to not realize we're saying things wrong. Like, we just don't know.
Yeah.
And when you're going to record that much audio, I kind of want to not mess up the pronunciations of stuff. So
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
man.
Exactly.
Is that not how that's pronounced?
gigawatt.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, nobody knew that in 1986 or 95, 85.
Yeah.
whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Then we started getting the computers. Wait a minute. Why is it a
Yeah,
gigabit,
no,
not a gigabit?
Yeah, we didn't have no gig of nothing back then.
No, we couldn't count that high. Like that was just some made up number at that point.
Yeah, they were barely talking mega. They didn't have no giga.
Fair enough.
You have more than a byte? Wow.
I know, yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, there's our plan for next time. Like I said, the next episode, I'm hoping I'm gonna have the cosplay couple on with us. That'll be our our November episode. And then we'll meet back in December and talk about how things have been going. So with that, let's go and move on to our social media. That was loud. That was loud. All right. That being said, Ray, where can we find you online?
It's underneath my name there. The Reluctant Yeti on Instagram.
Yes, it is. Kris?
Moody Midlife on Instagram.
Cyrus?
That
Yeah, just point to your shirt. There you go.
for the audio listeners, I was
Yes.
pointing to a shirt that has the Super Mega Graphics 64. So
Yes, go check him out on the YouTubes. And as always, you can find us at epicallygeeky.com, where you can find all the shows that we do, including the Marginally Geeky, Creatively Geeky, Sustainably Geeky, and the Epically Geeky show.
but none of our legacy stuff.
Well, the original, that's the old stuff. That's the
but
old
we need
site.
archive of the original episodes.
Oh God.
I still have them, but I don't really want to put them up.
We need to do like a special edition re-release where we add a few new surprises. And
Oh
you know,
Lord. You know what would end up happening? It would end up being it would end up being like Will Wheaton's book, still just a geek, and it would literally just be us like playing it for like 2 minutes and being like, God, I get asked why was I such an asshole?
Eugene, I get asked about it a lot, believe it or not. People ask me, where's this show at that you used to do with the
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, it's nowhere. I can't tell you.
I mean, okay, we can have a discussion offline, because I could probably send you a link to get to it and just not make it like openly public.
No. You know what you need to do? We need to figure out a way to make it on the website, but you got to find the clues in order to find them.
There you go.
Nobody's gonna do that.
No.
Hey, listen.
Sorry, where's this original show you did? Well, you got to go to the site. Once you go there, you click
You
on
know
it.
who would do it?
Mind.
Not the people you want to do it.
No, exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's who would do it.
So, no, what would end up happening is I would spend all this time trying to figure it out, and then someone would be like, dude, all you have to do is type in this and just increment one number and get to it. And I'll be like, oh, well, thanks. That really helps.
They would just they'd put it in a comment underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all they would do.
Yeah.
And then actually, before I go on to my stuff, you can also go to our website, and there you can get to our TeePublic site, where you can actually buy shirts for all the different shows we have. In fact, I have the Creatively Geeky shirt on right now. So I was telling Cy before the show, if you're watching, the reason why it's in tie-dye is because I didn't have any tie-dye shirts, and occasionally we do a tie-dye day at school or whatever. I was like, well, cool. This is the only tie-dye I have to wear. I guess I have to wear promotion for my show. Oh, well. The other reason is because I do have shirts now with all the different logos on it, and I stuck with the original colors. And this show is mostly yellow, and I was like, I would look like a bus, so I'm not doing that. I can't wear yellow. Yellow does not look good on me. So I was just like, I'll do tie-dye. It'll be fine. So that being said, as always, if you want to follow my individual wacky adventure, you can find me online at Optimus Gene for everywhere on the site. Have a good night.